Showtime, my friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Shogun Zora and thank you for tuning in. And now that JJK Season 3 is now out, I want to talk about a particular thing that might happen with the JUJUTSU Kaisen series, and that is potentially getting another anime movie, and why I'm not a big fan of it. And yeah, in this video you will hear my explanation why I'm not a bigger fan of it and why it's not good, as this potentially they want to adapt the biggest fight, most anticipated fight of this decade. I won't say the who's going to fight. I will just call it the big fight, but majority of people will know it. But for the people who have not read the JJK manga or who don't know it, I'll try to avoid as possible. So yeah, I will just call it the big fight. But yeah, the most anticipated fight in the series in general, also the most anticipated fight of this decade, potentially get an anime movie adaptation, which I'm not a bigger fan of. Like I said, I will explain now why I'm not a big fan of it. So the thing is why potentially it could get the big fight, could get an anime adaptation, a movie adaptation, sorry, is because it's now a big trend, right? Because a lot of series we have seen getting now a movie adaptation based on the manga. Example, the one who started sort of out with this trend, I would say, is Demon Slayer with the Mugen Train movie that came out in 2020. With the mass success, we've seen a lot of different series getting an anime movie adaptation. Example, the Essential Quintuple got a movie adaptation for its arc, for the final arc. Then we have, example, the upcoming movie, The Eminent Shadow. Even JJK Zero was an adaptation from the manga, and they created it into that movie, which fits well. But I will also talk about why this works and why the upcoming fight getting a movie adaptation would not be very wise. An example, last year we had like JUJUTSU Kaisen and Demon Slayer movie getting a movie adaptation. I had my reasoning why Demon Slayer I was not a big fan of it, but in this case it's even worse compared to Demon Slayer. But yeah, following this trend would make sense, because right now JJK is as big as ever, and to be honest, if this fight would ever get like the big fight get an anime adaptation, this would be beyond crazy, as this would be one of the best fights animated in anime, probably, most likely. And what I want to talk about is also with the manga adaptation, because this most likely could be the case of the manga adaptation, because Season 3 Curling Game is called Curling Game Part 1, and how it looks like it's most likely we're getting also a Part 2 of the Curling Game. As someone already calculated everything, I will put it on the screen, that because we already know that Season 1 will have 12 episodes and Part 2 will probably match it with 24 episodes, so entirely Season 3 will potentially have 24 episodes. And someone did the calculation already, assuming that manga chapter is 3.5, 3 chapters, so 3.5 chapters is going to adapted in a manga per episode. So that would mean, example, 84. So 24 times 3.5 would be roughly 84 chapters, meaning you would create 24 anime episodes, which would lead directly to the next chapter, or the chapter of the reveal of the particular moment that would lead to the big fight. I won't spoil it because, like I said, it's a big moment in the series, but this most likely the case. It could happen. But why I'm not a fan of it is simply because, if you think about it, it would be kind of weird watching the series, because we have, example, like Demon Slayer, you have the anime, then the movie, then the anime again, and the movie. But the thing is, example, Mugen Train, example, they adapted the whole series, the whole arc itself. So from start to finish was the whole arc finished, and then you started out the next anime season with a new arc. Or example with JJK Zero, the same thing. Also, you start with the JJK Zero arc, like the flashback arc, and start out with it and end with it. So the next arc starts out directly with the next arc. An example was also with Mugen Infinite Castle. It won't be the case really with that, because the Infinite Castle adapts the whole Infinite Castle arc. So you'll be watching everything through in the movie. And the problem I have with this, with the final battle, not final battle, but the big battle in the JUJUTSU Kaisen arc, is because the current game, we start off with current game part 1, then we most likely will have current game season 3 part 2. Then they have the movie, and it will still be in the current game. Some people give it a different name of the arc because after the big fight, there are still fights, more stuff to come afterwards, and it will be like middle of it. I don't like it as being we go middle of the arc. We're gonna adapt a part of it into a movie, and then we go right back to the anime. Then it would make more sense to have it everything as a movie, but I don't think it would be good as well. So I would think it would make more sense like having as an anime, because like I mentioned, it'd be weird from anime, the only arc itself, anime, movie, then anime, like, right? This is what I feel like. And also that would lead in perfectly for the next topic, I think, like, because why it would be good to have it as an anime simply is the hype and discussion. One of the main reasons why JJK also this arc got so big and so beloved, of course, the big battle itself was freaking amazing, but the weekly discussion after each chapter that was come every time was really hilarious and funny. Because of that, we got so many memes, so many edits and stuff. And to be honest, I've seen also other people saying they're thinking like, yeah, they really wish it to be like an anime episode, because for example now with JJK season 3 we have like this Naoya meme when he punches Choso. This would not really be this. Of course, this could have happened if it was in the movie, but still, the weekly discussion of every new memes that would not be available if it was a movie. And then because of JJK season, JJK manga, in the manga, after every week we got new memes, we got new stuff to discuss about. There's so many funny things happening, but yeah, if it was a movie, we would not have it, and this would create it still would be good, but the hype would be gone. Also, the hype every week, staying very eager for what comes next, is one of the big aspects why JJK, the manga, the big battle was so popular. And of course, like I mentioned, would it be, of course, if this big fight would be animated in the movie, would it be cool? Amazing. It would be fantastic. It would be incredible. It would be one of the greatest animated fights ever. And the budget would be crazy beyond, because they know they can't ruin this. But still, I would rather prefer this. Be an anime movie, because I think it makes more sense watching wise, and everybody can at the same time watch it together. Because the one problem would be also the case if it was a movie, not everybody can watch the movie directly, and there's people who be watching the movie way before you. Of course, there's people who will be watching it illegally, but if it's a movie, then you want to have the movie experience watching it, right? So yeah, it's probably they want to do like the Black Clover situation where they made it as a movie, and then be able to watch it directly on Netflix. This will not happen, but yeah, that's why I think it would be better to have it as an anime. And when would this movie for the big battle come out? I don't know. Right now we have season 3 part 1 of the current game is airing. We're going to have the part 2. I don't know if this will happen in the same year. I don't think potentially could come next year. And then after this, potentially a year afterwards, the movie could come out. Then it would mean we will be already in 2028 potentially, or 2029 should the movie come out. I don't know. It's just speculation, but I think this would be better if the JJK big battle would be an anime episodic arc. Yeah, I think it would be better if the final big battle would be into an anime adaptation instead of an anime movie. I think this makes sense, right? If you have any other ideas how this going to be turned out, or if you disagree why a movie would be better, please write it in the comment section below and give me other thoughts why you think a movie adaptation would be better, or an anime episodic adaptation would be better. Write it in the comment section below. And yeah, that's it. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please punch the like button and share to all your friends. If you have any other movie, if you have any other suggestion, write down in the comment section below. My name is Shogun Zora. May God bless you all, and let your light shine bright. Peace.